Hello again. I wanted to do another video on a 16 by 16 character in 3 colors only, and I'll be covering a female character this time. So talking about proportions here, the head actually takes up about 9 out of the 16 pixels high, because I wanted to focus on the face, but not too much. I wanted to also give some room for the torso and the legs and arms and all that as well. While I normally prefer to do color blocking to get my shapes down for my sketch, in this case I decided to go ahead and just, do the outlines and everything to get the idea of what I want to do. So I'm basically just making a female character with pigtails, nothing super spectacular. I didn't want to do a dress this time because I wanted to be able to see the feet because I'm going to be doing a little bit of a walk animation. I had a little bit of trouble deciding on the face right away, but it really only took 2 tries and I found what I liked. I will be changing the feet on this later because, like I said, I do want to animate them and I want them to look, readable. Right now they just well, she looks like she's sitting on a couple of bricks. And from here, we're going to add some color to her so we can see the parts a little more clearly. I also added a little bit of extra white to her hair just to indicate maybe some scrunchies or ponytail holders or something. And it helps break up the pink and the purple coloring there. So here we're covering the side view of the character. I'm trying to proportion it the best I can to the front view so that way it looks, convincing. If you can't get it the way you want it right away or you think it looks awful, just keep making sprites over and over again. Do finish them. Don't throw them away. Because I actually ended up drawing, I think, like 7 or so of these sprites before I started settling on a design I liked. And I think that I'm happy with this one. Um, I probably wouldn't have been able to do this if I didn't go and draw them over and over again. You have to remember to fail fast, fail often, and you will succeed sooner or later. Failure is simply the process of learning. It doesn't mean you did something wrong and you should give up. So why not go and draw yourself 7 to 10 different sprites and see if you settle on something? And if you still don't settle, draw a couple more. If you feel like you're getting burnt out and you're getting too frustrated, I do advise taking a break. Come back to it another day and give it another shot. Just remember, you can only get better at this every time you try it. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not 100% sure how to explain the animation process, but I still want to show it to you because I know some people are probably struggling with it. This isn't something I do often, but I've done it a handful of times here and there, and I'm confident enough to be able to do a simple, like, 4-frame animation for walking. While you're working on it, it's going to feel like it's ugly, it's not working out, but just keep playing with it and you'll eventually get it figured out. Now, I will say, making your character bob up and down will help. You can either bob them up and down at their feet, or you can kind of cut their body in half. I also made the character's hair bob a little bit. Like, realistically, it doesn't make sense, but I think it makes the animation look a little bit nicer. When I'm not sure about how I want to animate something, by the way, I'll go to something like Spriter's Resource or go look at how other people are animating things, just to get an idea of how they exaggerate parts and whatnot. Like, you could see that the hands on this get bigger when they get quote-unquote closer to the screen because she's moving. And that's something I picked up by looking at other people's work. When people say that artists should quote unquote steal from each other, they don't mean actually stealing all the stuff that they do. What they mean is kind of getting ideas from one another and adapting it to your own work. Now you're going to see with the back leg on the side view, just like I did over on the front view, you're not going to actually be able to see the actual detail on the leg or foot. And that just helps with the illusion of, movement and everything. It'll be okay. Now, I definitely struggled with that arm at first because I wasn't sure how I wanted it to look. But eventually I did settle on something just so that it looked good while it was animating, because sometimes they look kind of wonky when they're sitting still, but they're not going to ideally be sitting still in that pose, so it should be okay. As I continue to get better and better at this, I hope I can provide some more instructions in the future, but I think that this is what I can do for you for now. I do wish you the best of luck.